In the past couple of months, I've analyzed 37 different Shopify brands. And in this video, I'm going to go over the top 5 SEO mistakes that I keep seeing pop up time and time again across the board for brands of all shapes and sizes, regardless of niche or revenue level. These are all on-page and technical fixes that are easy to fix and will go a long way to improving your SEO to grow your organic traffic and revenue. So if you're able to fix these 5 issues for your store, you'll be ahead of most brands in your niche. Let's get started. The biggest mistake that most brands make is having bare collection pages. So in this case, almost 9 out of 10 stores that I looked at recently had bare bones collection pages, which really means it just had H1 title and the product grid, and that's it. No unique content, no extra context, nothing else on the page, no FAQs, literally just the page title and the products, and that's it. So that leaves a lot of room for opportunity. So if you have a store with no collection descriptions, no unique content, this is probably one of your biggest SEO wins that you should take care of right now. And of course, the fix for this is to add a few hundred words, typically maybe 1,000 words of content, depending on the competition, to all your collection pages. You can start with your most important ones and ideally do this for all of your pages, especially with AI. Shouldn't take too long to get some sort of unique content on each of your collections. And the purpose of this unique content is to give Google more context, especially if most of your collections are very similar with only 1 or 2 words that distinguish them. So adding this content helps to give Google more context on what each collection page is about, to remove the likelihood of duplicate content or your collections cannibalizing each other. And really, there's no excuse for not having some sort of unique content on your page. Typically recommend having around 50 words or so, a couple sentences as a description above the product grid. So you have your H1 title, a couple sentences, description below that, and followed by your product grid. Below the product grid, this is where you can really get creative with it and add a few hundred words of content, add headings, paragraphs, FAQs, unique content for each of your collections to check this box. Point number 2, which kind of builds upon point number 1. So if a brand does have unique content, most of the time there's no internal links between collection pages. So basically just leaves each collection out on an island. They're isolated from each other, and any backlinks that you have or other internal links to these collections aren't benefiting other pages on your site. So adding relevant internal links between your collection pages is one of the biggest levers that most brands are not taking advantage of. And this is even easier than adding unique content. Usually brands have the content, but they don't have the links. So take the time to create kind of an internal linking map. Look at all of your collections and just based on relevance, product type, link them together. Don't have to get too crazy with it. I mean, you can if you want to, but at least if you don't have any internal links, the bare bones strategy is just to add 3 to 5 internal links to related collections. You can just use the same anchor text if you don't have time to mix it up, but ideally you'll be able to mix up the anchors as well. You can look at Google Search Console if you already have some level of traffic to your store. But if not, do a little bit of keyword research to have your main keyword for each collection and related secondary keywords that you can use for the different anchor text for even more variation and to make sure these internal links have even more impact. Another important point is that the internal links from your collection pages should only be going to other collection pages or to products. You don't want to link from your collections to any blog posts. However, you should be doing it the other way around. So link from your blog posts to your collections, but not the reverse. And I do have a dedicated video on internal linking strategy just for collection pages that you can check out after this for even more examples and kind of rules, guidelines that I like to follow to make the internal linking as effective as possible. You can check out after this. Name of the game, have internal links between your collection pages. And point number 3 is missing out on creating more collections to target all the different keyword variations that you can for the products that you already sell. So you don't need to launch new products in order to do this. You can create new collections to reposition all of your existing products in different ways to target different types of buyers and use cases. This is one of the quickest ways to be able to go after more keywords is simply to reposition your products for different types of buyers, different colors, materials, sizes, use cases, however your products are created, flavors, basically whatever distinguishing factors that your products have, you can likely create new collections for it So regardless of the types of product that you sell, there's going to be various ways that you can reposition them, reorganize them in order to go after more traffic, in order to go after more keywords to bring in more organic traffic and sales. And point number 4 is not cleaning up any of the auto index pages that Shopify creates for every store. So this is something specific to Shopify, just based on how their CMS is set up. Basically, what Shopify does, regardless of your store, they create and index tag pages, paginated URLs, product variants, nested product URLs. So when you have like /collection, collection name, and then /product and the product name, so like really long nested URLs there are created by default. And yes, nothing you did, no fault of your own. That's simply how the platform works. And really, these aren't game-changing wins, but still, it's very quick fixes to make to your store's theme files. And I have an entire Shopify technical SEO playlist you can check out for exactly how to clean up each of these issues and how to check for them if your store actually has them or not. But as you can see here, like 80% of the stores that I looked at have at least one of these issues. So yeah, I really want to just no index any pages that you don't want to show up in Google. And yeah, just to make sure that Google's only indexing and crawling the pages that you actually want to rank for and that will drive sales. And the 5th mistake that came up that was kind of surprising is just having really messed up heading structures and titles, title issues. So either missing or duplicate H1. So in some Shopify themes, store owners had removed the H1 completely from them. And I saw a lot of menu items coded as headings. So different categories, or even like the cart, my account, those sort of things, or even in the footer as well. Contact us, about us, were coded as like H3s, H4s in the main menu, in the footer menu, which show up in the heading structure. So you use something like the detailed SEO extension for Chrome to check the heading structure very easily. Just go to any page on your site and click the extension to check the structure. Basically, just make sure that you have one H1 per page, so no duplicate H1s or duplicate product names, anything like that. That you're not missing an H1 as well. For your SEO title, meta title, get your keyword first and then put your brand name after, not the other way around. Some brands had very strange templates set up, but these are quick fixes. The headings are very important. So headings, URLs, titles are some of the most important ranking factors. So be sure to get your keywords in there where it counts, and just avoid any missing or duplicate headings and headings in your menus that lead to messy heading structures. And so another mistake. So not every store has this. This is more so for a lot of stores that published a lot of blog content without taking into consideration the collections that they had as well. And this issue happens when you basically target the same keyword or very similar keywords across multiple pages, which confuses Google. They don't know which one to rank. And usually what happens is the rankings are hurt for all of them. So all of those pages are limited in how well they're going to rank and get traffic, because Google has to pick which one is the best one. And usually there is one page, like if you have multiple pages targeting similar keywords, that will stand out. So it is usually pretty clear which page should be the main page for that keyword. And an example here that I came across was for a weighted blanket brand. So they sell weighted blankets, different bedding. So they actually had multiple collections targeting like weighted blanket for kids, and like blog posts like 5 best weighted blankets for kids. Very similar, and typically want to avoid that. And in this case, like those 3 extra pages were just diluting the authority of the main collection page. And what you want to do, of course, to determine which page should stay, look at the search intent. So say in this case, weighted blanket for kids. In that case, pretty sure that would be just collections ranking at the top instead of blog posts. So we want to keep the main collection in this case for that keyword. And then you can add content from the other ones to that page and then redirect those kind of duplicate URLs to the main one that you want to keep, in order to kind of preserve any backlinks that they had coming to them. And just stop confusing Google on which one is the actual page that you do want to rank. And the overarching rule here is just have one keyword per URL, That's really what you want to avoid spreading your authority too thin. So to wrap things up, a lot of times Shopify SEO can seem complicated, and the way to take care of most of these Shopify SEO issues is to really fix and connect what you already have on your store. Really comes down to adding unique content to your collection pages, linking relevant collections together, building more collection pages for the different types of products you sell, whether size, material, use case, and whatnot, making technical fixes to clean up and no index pages that you don't want to show in Google's index, clean up the headings and titles for your pages across your site, and be sure to avoid cannibalization where you have multiple pages targeting the same keyword. So that does it for today's video. And if you like my help with your Shopify store's SEO, click the link in the description below to book a call to see how we can work together. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.